Happy Wednesday po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to Kababayan Today. Ako po si G. Tonji. Umpisahan na po natin. We've got our midweek news updates from Asian Journal.
Asian Journal, the Filipino-American community newspaper since 1991.
As always, our ever-reliable and dependable Annie Nepomuceno, our Los Angeles correspondent from Asian Journal, is joining us. We've got a lot of topics to cover. Let's get started.
Yes, hello G.
Hello.
At ito ang ating mga balita. Nepal's 7.8 magnitude quake kills 5,000 and injures around 10,000. Recovering from what may have been one of the lowest points in Philippine history, the super typhoon Yolanda that claimed at least 6,000 lives, it is now the Philippines' turn to reach out to the victims of the 7.8 magnitude earthquake that hit Nepal last Saturday, April 25, killing at least 5,000 individuals. In a statement released on Monday, April 27, President Benigno Aquino III expressed his sympathy to the victims of the strong earthquake. Though the DFA confirmed that there were no Filipino casualties in the earthquake, Aquino said a team from the Philippine Embassy in New Delhi, India, is traveling to Nepal to meet the needs of Filipinos affected by the tragedy. The DFA reported 2 Filipinos were at the base camp of Mount Everest, where an avalanche triggered by the earthquake buried part of the camp. The agency said the 2 are safe from the avalanche. However, 18 people were confirmed dead at the site. Situated in a major fault line dividing the Indian and Eurasian plates, Nepal is considered to be vulnerable to earthquakes and is now set to endure more aftershocks in the coming months. As of this writing, Sunday's earthquake resulted in the deaths of at least 5,057 people and injuries to more than 10,000 individuals, not only in Nepal, but also in neighboring countries, China and India. These digits are expected to significantly rise as the rescuers reach the locations where more victims are reportedly trapped because of the ruins of the buildings destroyed by the quakes. Authorities fear the number of deaths could reach 10,000, a bit higher from Nepal's most disastrous quake in 1934. Where 8,500 people were killed.
As they say, let's pray for Nepal, but there is power in prayers, and our next story just shows us how powerful ika nga ang ating Diyos.
Yes, totoo yan, because Indonesia halts execution of overseas Filipino worker Mary Jane Veloso, who was spared from death on Tuesday, April 28, minutes before she was scheduled to face a firing squad at Indonesia's execution island, the Department of Foreign Affairs confirmed. Indonesia's Attorney General H.M. Prasetyo had confirmed that the time for the execution of Veloso and the 8 other drug convicts had been set and would be pushing through despite appeals from the Philippine and Australian governments. Along with Veloso on death row were nationals from Nigeria, Australia, Ghana, France, and Indonesia. The 8 other convicts were confirmed dead after facing punishment for the crime they have committed, while Veloso's execution was temporarily suspended, subject to Philippines' promise of prosecuting the OFW's recruiter, who is an alleged member of an international drug syndicate. Though only a temporary suspension for the death sentence granted to Veloso, this is considered to be a big development in her case. She was convicted 5 years ago, and the Indonesian Supreme Court has denied requests from the Philippine government to review the case. President Benigno Aquino III repeatedly negotiated with Indonesian President Joko Widodo to spare Veloso from death row. However, it was only when the recruiter surrendered herself that the Indonesian government was convinced to give the 30-year-old Filipina a reprieve. Aquino bartered Veloso's life in exchange for her to be a witness against a suspected big-time syndicate who used her as a mule.
Ayon, let's incriminate the syndicate and not the mule, di ba nga?
Yeah.
Okay, we will have, tatalakayin po natin yung issue na yan dito sa Kababayan Today. We will have a human trafficking panel, so abangan niyo po yan. And on to some very exciting news! Hindi na kami makatulog.
Oo, malapit na. And tight security is planned for Mayweather Pacquiao's fight in Las Vegas. Though it may not be the biggest Las Vegas Valley event of the year, the much-anticipated boxing match between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao will have thousands viewing from the audience and even more watching around the world. In anticipation for the mega fight on Saturday, May 2, Las Vegas police have gone as far as Pasadena, California and Phoenix for help in security. The MGM Grand Garden holds a little over 16,000 spectators, but the Mayweather-Pacquiao match is estimated to draw anywhere from 150,000 to 200,000 visitors to the valley over the weekend. Well, make sure to pick up Asian Journal's midweek edition, as the midweek magazine for this week is a special focus on Mayweather and Pacquiao's fight. We have stories on Pacquiao and Mayweather's beginnings, analysis on how this fight came about, and interviews with Ryan Moore, the director of Manny, Yard Noise, who made a Pacquiao soundtrack, and Dr. Ed De La Vega in Las Vegas, who made Manny's mouthguard. Well, even our very own G has written an article about what makes Pacquiao very special.
Absolutely. I've had the honor and privilege to interview him several times. And please, abangan nyo po yung aming Manny Pacquiao special here on Kababayan Today. That's tomorrow and Friday, leading up to the fight of the century. At sinabi nga ni Annie, let's not forget that Asian Journal has a supplementary about Manny Pacquiao. Basahin po natin yan. We are getting so excited. And sa lahat po ng storya natin ngayong araw na to, pwede nyo pong basahin yan sa asianjournal.com. Once again, maraming salamat, Annie, for coming and sharing with us our midweek news updates from Asian Journal. Magbabalik po tayo dito sa Kababayan Today.